one does sometimes things to the extreme. And then is it that one is doing something to the extreme, this doing extreme leads to the opposite extreme?
Yes.
Or is that the mind is that is doing that?
It is when one is doing something, it is doing only through the mind. Because mind thinks like that. And we function on the basis of our mind. Whenever you do any activity, you think with the mind. So mind has this nature of going from one extreme to the next extreme. It is one of its characteristics.
It is for sure that it will do the opposite of what it was doing before?
Yeah. Unless you have balanced mind, which means you have control over it, then you are going to do that.
Like the pendulum. So,
Yes.
but it is a criteria to know what is balanced. For example, if someone needs to eat more than another person, or
No, you have to understand your own, you have to study your own body, your own mind, and your own requirements. There is no fixed thing that this much you have to. Everybody should eat 4 slices of bread, and that is balanced. Everybody according to their requirement. Because we are all individual beings, our bodies, our mind are separate from each other. They have separate requirements. So that's why we have to know our own constitution.
what if someone says, because I am dejected, that's why I am eating more, say, and then I said that, well, this is because I need to eat more, and rationalize it.
Well, then, if he himself is saying that he is dejected, then he has to know why he is dejected, because dejection is not a normal state of mind. So that itself is a disease, and disease is not normal. So if he is doing something when mind is sick, how that can be called as balanced?
But it appears that we don't know other state other than dejection, or mostly, say.
Well, when you have to take help from somebody, it's like when you are sick, you go to a doctor, and doctor diagnoses and then prescribes you a diet or medicine. So either you understand yourself, because many times you have a headache, you don't go to the doctor all the time. You also try to cure yourself. So similarly, but if some disease is more acute and you cannot understand, you also take help of the experts.
But this is not that Arjuna's cause of dejection was that he has to fight against his family members who usurp the kingdom, and not the lack of balance in this case? How is this understood?
This is the ultimate problem because he is identifying this. So it is also imbalance of the mind. He has his responsibility. So he is not doing that, and he is going to the other extreme because of his attachment, identification with body and with his relatives.
This was the imbalance.
Yeah, that is the imbalance. Just like if you have your physical parts, and we take care of them, right? You eat food, you take bath, you have put some ointments or some facial creams. But if suppose one part of your body becomes sick and it becomes diseased or poisoned, then doctor says that you have to amputate that part. Otherwise it is going to spread the poison in the rest of the body. Then what do? You say, okay, remove it. But you start saying, well, it is my finger and I cannot allow it to be amputated. And then you start crying and you become dejected and depressed. Then you have to lose your whole body. That is imbalanced.
And this creates yoga, this imbalance?
No, it does not create yoga. You have to understand yoga is the balance. You have to get out of that situation, and that is yoga.
Why it is a yoga of dejection,
Because and if you understand why there is dejection, then you try to come to yoga. So that leads, yoga here means the process or the means. So it becomes a means because whenever you have a symptom in your body, that symptom becomes a means for you to understand that you are sick. So then you do something about it. So the sickness becomes the means for you to become healthy. That symptom. So like when you get fever, you have a high temperature. So high temperature is not the disease, that is only the symptom. Disease is something inside. So that high temperature becomes the means for you to find what is the cause. You have some virus, some bacteria. So then you take medicine to kill that or remove that. So therefore high temperature became the means for you to become healthy. Suppose you have the bacteria and you don't get high temperature. And slowly this bacteria will spread, you will die. So that's why it becomes the yoga or the means.
When you described us as the chariot or the car, could you relate that to the ultimate solution? Would that be to be able to see the person, the passenger? Is that part of the ultimate solution?
The ultimate solution will be that the driver, he takes charge of the steering. And he also knows how to run the car and then takes the car to the destination, because passenger has a destination and our destination is that we want happiness, right? The destination in our life is we want happiness or love. So that is, for that I have to understand my mind, my intelligence, my senses, and I also have to know how can I reach that destination of happiness. And that happiness will be achieved only through this equipment which I have, my senses, my mind, my body. So therefore, ultimately it has to be applied that the passenger understands that I am not the body, I am only the passenger here, but I have this equipment with which I will reach my destination. So that is how